That's all it is.
Yeah, honey, I know. I know. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'm in the studio. I'm about to go. Damn, yeah, it was only 1 or 2 pictures, and it was just 'cause. 10, yeah. It was 10. You counted them. Huh. Well, I liked them all because she had a fat ass. I gotta go. Love you, bye. Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Mute that. All right. I mean, what better way to introduce Taking No Shorts podcast episode 90 than with Ric Flair, Allen Iverson, and the coach of Oklahoma State. I forgot his name. His last name is Gundy. Mm-hmm. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, a.k.a. Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone, a.k.a. The Great Grizzo, a.k.a. The Great Grizzolini, a.k.a. my son's dad. Okay? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcasts. Every Friday around this time, you can catch the live stream at the following streaming channels. That would be Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Taking No Shorts Pod. It's right there at the bottom. Chiron, I would like to thank everyone who has been watching, following, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the content. Since October of 2022, this thing launched.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I started producing it. We didn't go live until WrestleMania, that 23. So I think the spring of 23. Mm-hmm. And then that was episode 1. And I say that's episode a half. And then the other half was 804 EB. So the voice you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is my co-host. He's been here ever since the beginning. He is 1/4 of the original 4 Horsemen. He is the world television champion. And you mustn't need to concern yourself with his name, because wherever he goes, it's on his hat. He's my friend, and hopefully he will be yours. Ladies and gentlemen, B. Do you know how hard that is as a comedian or former comic to get that type of applause? Oh. I mean, you don't know, because you sit there and say, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
it's to you.
The women give me applause like that all the time.
Oh, yes, of course. And you are still undefeated as coach of the VCU football team. Being that NIL money is getting there, you might have a chance to get some eligibility. What channel you got going on up there? It's got to be looking like that.
That's Instagram.
That's IG?
Yeah, that's the IG.
Oh, well, IG, y'all need to fix me. I need to look more into the IG to fix it up. That's horrible. Totally horrible. Tonight's episode, if you're wondering what we're talking about tonight, is we're Black Gen Excellence hers, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to put that on there. Exactly. And so we're a quarter of a century into the year 2000, or the 21st century. And I was thinking to myself as I was coming up with tonight's episode, and I was like, let's talk about what happened 25 years ago. And so tonight we're going to delve into January, and then being that it's January 31st, we're going into January and February 25 years ago of the year 2000.
Exactly.
Back when the world was a more simpler place, right?
Yeah.
Back when you could get a blowjob in the White House, and they could make a big deal out of it, but do you think? I don't know. Show everybody your cup because they can't see it. Back when you could get a cup like this for 99 cents, fill it up and get free refills, ladies and gentlemen. And because when we grew up, Brent, our parents used to say, you know, I
just gonna say, be in for the likes. Come on.
No, they used to tell us, like, when we were your age, we walked
everywhere.
We walked everywhere, 8 miles in snow to school and stuff like that. We are what our parents, was saying in regards to that. I find myself, because I think our kids are similar age. I have millennial kids. I have Gen Z kids, and I find they don't resonate with what their grandparents or our parents showed us, or what we have shown them, because the technology has what they say jumped the shark.
Oh yeah.
So
jumped the whole lagoon.
The whole lagoon. But we're going to bring it back for you, back to January, February, 25 years ago in the year 2000. You ready, Brent?
Yeah.
Okay, so
before we get started, because last week I came in, I was feeling a little bit sick.
Didn't know that. What was wrong?
I had started a swelling in my
lymph nodes.
Yeah. And for this whole week, I've been out of it.
Your immune system, do you go to see a doctor or what?
No.
Well, Jesus Christ. Is health insurance an issue? So, because I can start a GoFundMe, because a lot of niggas start a GoFundMe right there. A lot of people. I'm going to say.
I got full coverage.
Good.
So, but it was a rough week.
I'm sorry.
And this morning, I even woke up feeling bad.
Damn.
But it was crazy. I woke up, it was like 6 o'clock. And I felt like crap. Went back to sleep. I was like, I got to go to work. I was like, let me close my eyes for a minute.
Yet and still, you made it to Takin those
4 hours later,
right.
Closed my eyes and 4 hours just zipped by. I was like, and I finally made it to work.
Right.
And I feel pretty good now. The little sack I had earlier, that's the first solid food I've had in a week.
You couldn't hold anything down?
Couldn't swallow it. It hurt.
You had a goiter?
Well, not a goiter. It was just the lymph node was swollen.
The lymph nodes were swollen. My oldest son had a lymph node swollen issue when he was first born, and scared the shit out of me. When I was a young father, and we took him, and they did the medical professionals did what they did to take care of it. And I think it's just an immune system.
Yeah.
But I am my wife, my mom, Mom, I love you. I miss you so much. My mom told my wife before she transitioned into the universe, she said, you know your husband is a hypochondriac. If I got a hangnail, I am going to the doctor because I know my nails are not supposed to look like that.
I think I've lost about 10 pounds this week.
Worried?
This because I couldn't even eat real solid foods.
Right. Well, I mean, you was a bit.
Drinking all the tea.
Brent was my college roommate. When I met Brent back in, this is 10 years before the 2000s. Yeah. He's a big guy. He was on the bigum side.
Yeah.
You know,
about 235 back then.
Yeah, I thought you was at least 270, 280.
Oh no.
I could have sworn, maybe because I was so scrawny.
I didn't hit that until about 96, 97.
That's because you weren't paying attention to what you was putting in your body and you was going crazy.
Oh, no, that was after we got out of going to the gym and shooting ball all the time.
Yeah, we was.
And then I was just kept eating all the junk I haven't eaten all my life.
And then wasn't burning it off.
Mm-mm.
And then it sat on you.
Yep.
Lesson to all the millennials and the Gen Zs coming behind us.
And Gen Alpha.
Yeah, pay attention to your body. They want you to die. I mean, I hate to say they, and then I hate to say die at the same time, but you need to just be responsible for your well-being. Anyway, back to your situation. I think you got to turn it that way because it's fucking with me. Because I know I'm going to come up right. Mm-hmm. You have to turn it like the other way, but I get it. Yeah, thank you. You're okay today because you made it to taking those shorts. Mm-hmm. You wasn't even. I'm not even going to. You got it. You got it.
I had to put a new belt loop in my belt.
You lost that much weight?
Mm-hmm. I was at work with my belt on the.
Why didn't you go? Why didn't you go get somebody?
I was at work.
Oh, you couldn't tell you, hey man, I got a whole tumor growing out of my.
I got drills at work. I'm just like, come here, all right.
and drilling in your jaw?
No, in my belt because my belt was too big.
No, all right. So let me impart this on you because I love you. If I don't feel good, I don't care who I'm making money for or for myself. I am walking. Somebody is either going to take me or I'm going to take myself to somebody who knows more than what I know about my condition and treat it. Because who the fuck knows what you're walking around with right now, B? You could be killing me right now. You sound like one of them conspiracy theorists. Even though, the CIA just said the other day that it was found that the COVID was in a lab. Yeah. This was before the orange dude got in.
Yeah. COVID has been around for a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's been tested on and trying to find cures and treatments and stuff. COVID is just a natural
virus.
Yeah.
It's a bad cold. But back in 6-7 years ago, you couldn't tell nobody.
Oh yeah.
That shit, because the shit shut the world down.
There's the N1, H1, something like that. Yeah, that strain came out and said, "Hey, we're gonna take everybody."
Well, there's a bird flu going around that we live in one of the things I would say here taking those shorts is we live in a wicked world. The world is not hospitable to our species.
Well, it's not hospitable to any species.
Right, but why would it want to suck? If it gives life, why would the world want to suck life away?
Because if there's too much life, it's going to destroy the world.
Because of sin?
No, of resources.
That's some Matrix shit. Because that sounds like some Matrix shit for me. Because the Matrix, if you ever watched it, speaking of 2000, I remember the Matrix came out in 99.
Yeah.
The Matrix was like, it's a vibe, if you juxtapose the theme or the screenplay of it, too many humans.
We are a virus.
We are a virus.
We are killing the planet.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to give
you. And the planet is not going anywhere. We keep saying we're killing the planet.
But the planet is not going to go anywhere. Yeah. It's still going to be here.
We will die off.
Right.
And the planet will be here another billion years.
Right. That's true. But it matters
to us because we want to be.
Because it matters because we are aware. We're conscious. Mm-hmm. So you got to give a little bit of credence to the consciousness of what's the beingness. Like beingness means something. If who is it? Shakespeare or somebody? I think, therefore I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I'm with it. So give me some credit because I'm with it. Yeah. There's a lot of sons of guns, spores, mushrooms, there's a lot of living bacteria, viruses, things. I'm going into a deep conversation with Brett, y'all. There's a lot of things. B is the equivalent to my what is the dude Tyson? What's the physicist?
Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse. Yeah, that's who you are to me. For real. And there's a comedian that does a show or a podcast with him, by the way. So
not Chuck Nice.
it's Chuck.
Chuck Nice,
it's Chuck. Yeah, Chuck Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we the
Star Talk.
Yeah, we the degenerate version of that here in RBA. So
Star Talk for all your astrophysical information.
I mean, I like Chuck Nice. Chuck Nice is a funny guy, but we're not ripping off of them. I'm just because we know. See, that was manufactured. Because I didn't see a little bit of show business. I can bet you $1,000 that Chuck Nice did not just whole happenstance go to college with fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No.
If he did, God bless you, Chuck Nice.
But have you heard the show?
Yeah,
he does seem to have a thirst for knowledge.
Oh yeah, he does.
He asks actually interesting questions.
Yes, he does. I will not take anything from the brother, but again, you have to have a bit of a consciousness, right?
It would be interesting to figure out how he got on the show.
Because he knows some shit.
Yeah.
He's a thinker like me. He might have went to a different college or a different school or had a different train of thought. And then it was like, but on top of that, he's funny. He knows how to put out jokes or whatever. And then next thing you know, he's like, somebody, he had the right connections, because a lot of the things in the world is
who you know.
It's who you know. Not what you know. And that's a great example of we living in 2025. There's a lot of people that's reaching out for political positions based off of who they know, not what they know.
Yep.
And with that being said, I'm going to get into a serious moment, Brent. I think it was last night, being that we're in VA, about less than 100 miles from here, there was an accident that took place on the Potomac River, and because I've checked out of the mainstream news cycle since last fall, but the group chat, and it just, through osmosis, it got to me. So there was like, plane crash in the Potomac. And I'm like, that should be one of the most secure places in the world. So ain't no way short of mechanical failure. But then they said that a plane ran into a helicopter ran into, or vice versa, an airplane. And then crashed. And my first instinct was, I'm not clicking on that. I don't need to see that. That's that same situation where you commuting to work back in the day and you see an accident and it comes to a crawl. Everybody
rubbernecking.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. I'm Black Gen X. Exactly. So eventually, it just, because they flood the zone with it, it comes across my eyes.
I missed it because I was not feeling well, so I was not really tuned in.
Right.
But I did check some of the news out and everything. It might be a little suspicious, but I give it a pass.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that shit happens, but
ask Kobe.
Kobe, rest in peace to Kobe, but
not Vanessa. This is his daughter. Can't think of her name.
Gigi?
Yeah, the one that was in the plane with him.
Gigi.
Yeah.
That shit happened. And so when I saw it, there's a group chat that I'm in that somebody we both know, they still in the matrix. They have not checked out. You know what I mean?
Let me think. Who I know that's in the matrix?
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy. They still in the matrix. So I was just like, okay, I'm not going. I know I'm not going to react to it one way or the other, but it's a sad situation. And I know that if you put it on a loop, it will
mess with your mind.
It will mess with you to see that many human beings terror. Because at first, one of the things that caught me, Brent, was because I've flown. You flown?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I remember the first flight I ever took in my life. The only flight I would take in my life was to see my child. And he was overseas, right? And to do that, we had to fly over. We had to go to I had to go through a passport, customs, and all that. This is, again, 2000, January. This is a great segue, by the way. And the homeboy...
What year in 2000?
No, this was 99, really.
Oh, so that was pre-9/11.
Yeah, it's for everything. 2000, January, February was pre-9/11. So we can get into it. But so this was when life... Every generation has a moment where you put a stamp and say, shit gonna change after this. Shit is going to change. However it's gonna go, this is just why Taking No Shorts is putting it down in perpetuity. How you interpret it, you take it how it is, but Jay Grizz and B done fit there and told you. September 11th, 2001 changed the trajectory of the world. And wherever y'all figure out, because I can't figure it out yet, but y'all change the trajectory of this world for you all, the people that's after that, y'all figure that out. Anyway.
You flying to Germany?
Yeah, we was flying to Germany. Straight flight out of Dallas. And first flight I ever took in my life. And again, I just told y'all earlier, about 20 minutes ago, I'm a hypochondriac. Yeah, I'm a nervous wreck. I'm not doing all that. And my homeboy, mutual homeboy, fellow four horseman, honorary four horseman, was like, yo, man, if you're going to take this flight for 8 hours to a whole other continent, you need to get right. And so we at 6 o'clock in the morning in Dulles in a bar in a fucking airport getting bit out the frame. Yo, I'm bent. But see, the thing is that high got to wear off. And then when that high wear off, I was watching, never forget, GoldenEye. So that dates it a little bit for everybody. It's a James Bond film, if you don't know.
Exactly.
And then I'll pull up the shade and I look outside and it's pitch black. Ain't nothing up under me. Now I say, fuck, man, I need to see some lights. I need to see some land. I need to see something. Like it's just pitch black. We over the ocean. Nothing above me, nothing beneath me. It's just the whoever's in the cockpit has got my, and God they got my, so I can only imagine, the suddenness of what happened this week.
I had that same experience on the cruise ship. We get to a point out there in the open ocean. You walk around the ship and it's just darkness. Just darkness all around the ship.
Titanic shit.
They do have a map that'll show you like which way we're heading and where the island is, but
they don't do you no justice. No, that does not do you no solace. Once
you see that first light, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Lighthouse. And then for me, I looked and I saw Europe, and I said, all right, hurry up and land this shit. But then you got to get
how many black people will never see Europe? How many people that we know?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, man.
You know,
That's something you have done that not many Americans ever do.
Americans, that is. But, you know, once I got over there and saw how, you know, just the way people gaze at you is different.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they know you're an American because you ain't got on no fake Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you just look different than the average black man, and it puts everything in perspective. So I always encourage folks to travel if you can, see the world.
My first experience with that was in 1988, the Blossom Festival in Niagara Falls, Canada.
Yeah. You was in a band. Y'all did a little show up there.
Yeah, we marched down the falls.
All right.
And
Canadians and French people were looking at you.
And they was like, look how look at them. There's just black folks all over the place.
Look at these jigaboos. That's what they say.
When we got to the hotel, there was this girl named Jen, because she came to the room because she had never seen black people. But it was 4 people in there.
You doing the Ric Flair roof for me?
There was 4 guys in there, and she was a little scared, but
she ain't scared. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah. So one.
There was a reason that led her there.
Mm-hmm. She and if our boy, he was the one that was with her. If he was by himself, it was obvious he would have got some. But we couldn't leave the room because the chaperones were out roaming the hallways. This chaperone is middle school. No, this was my junior year, and
we had chaperones in high school.
We needed chaperones because we was going to do stuff. This one time at band camp, that could have been a documentary about FHS band. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Curiosity killed. Well, curiosity get the cat.
She came in. She touched everybody's hair. She touched his something else.
Yeah.
So she wanted to know.
See, that was so in essence, ladies and gentlemen, even in 2025, you can keep everything from them, but they gonna get to what they want to know. Okay? And when I say they, because I don't do pronouns, the ladies the ladies that want y'all, that y'all don't want to be deflowered, keep keeping them away. They're gonna put them more. They're gonna want to know. Yeah. Like if it's a taboo anyway. Let me, Brent, get into what we were. I want to say first of all, before I get into that, is my hearts go out to the families and the people affected by the tragedy that took place in D.C. on the Potomac with that. I'm not going to politicize it because there's lives that have been taking place. If folks want to politicize it, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
Definitely understand. You got any takes on that?
I would politicize it because there's a lot of deregulation that was going on with aviation and stuff like that from Agent Orange, but we've talked about it. No one cared. They still voted for him.
You get what you vote for. We used to say you get what you pay for, but now you get what you vote for.
Yeah, they paid for him, all their last dimes to him.
And then I see today, before we go to live, another situation has happened in Philly. Where a private jet, a Learjet, crashes in a neighborhood in Philly.
Yeah.
Spectacular fireball type shit for the internet, for folks to really get your emotions, like Armageddon. You remember that movie Armageddon? I hope that's in the Tonight Show, but if not, but I say that because you see that shit, it's like, what the fuck?
Could you imagine you just sitting here one day and just everything outside turns bright orange? Where I live, where I shoot, where I do Taking No Shorts podcast, and trust me, I'm on to the T. Where he loves his wife.
Yeah. And my kid, and she Kegel mode. I couldn't imagine. And so my thoughts and prayers, and I say that, I hate to say thoughts and prayers because they have even besmirched that.
Mm-hmm.
God be with everybody that's experienced those type of tragedies in the last week. Friday and 2 days ago or yesterday, the DC and then the Philly situation. Because when you get to be our age as Black Gen Xers, every day when your feet touch solid ground, touch the earth, I say thank you. Because I know folks that feet didn't do such a thing.
Have you ever seen a building blow up like that, like that kind of explosion?
No, I not physically with my eyes. I've seen it on media and everything, but I not physically with my eyes. Like I was living in New York when the first World Trade situation happened, and I was working not too far from where. But see, that was in a parking garage underneath.
Yeah.
The building. So I was still like, yeah, and then I was younger. So I was just like, well, I'm still making money. I'm still gonna go get it, So it wasn't the only thing that affected me was they said I couldn't take the train to go home, so I had to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge to get to my apartment. And I was mad as shit. And see, that's how Americans are. I mean, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I was mad. There was a whole terrorist attack on the it was a whole I hope they don't get me on the internet for that, but there was a whole attack in New York City back in the early 90s, and I was mad because I had to walk home over a bridge.
I've seen an explosion like that.
Where was it?
I can't remember where it was. I was on the highway, just driving, and off in the distance, you just say, and you see a big red-orange fireball go up.
Yeah.
But it was like some sort of like demolition thing they had going. So it was planned.
Lucky you, though, because if you didn't know if it was that, you could have went into fear, fight, or flight.
I didn't know until I got home and watched the news. Because I was trying to figure out what had happened. And I was like, oh. So they was just a controlled demolition. They wanted to make it look good for cameras, so they put a little more oomph on it.
That's the sad part. Why you want to make something being destroyed look good?
Yeah.
So
the next person want to do the same thing.
Yeah. All right, Brent.
Yeah.
That's the first part of Taking Those Shores. We got through that. Let's get into the meat of what I wanted to talk about tonight.
All right.
January 31st, 25 years ago. All right. I know what I was doing, where I was at in the month of January 25, or even to the specific day, because I got in the Chiron there, hashtag retro, hashtag real, hashtag ridiculously awesome. So make sure y'all share that out there. 25 years ago, what were you doing in January, February of 2000? What were you at, man?
I was over there on Rosewood.
Down the street from my mama house.
Yeah.
Down the street from me, because I was probably down the street from you.
I was working security in the old folks'
At the condom factory?
No, the old folks' home.
Down the street from my house?
Oh no, this one way out there, out short, not near Short Pump.
You were doing security work?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you won't do nothing to the old folks?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta ask this guy that.
That was a very rich location. I saw Eric Cantor and a whole bunch of politicians coming.
Yeah, back then. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 25 years ago. People don't understand.
Yeah.
So You were doing working security back then.
Mm-hmm. So that was it. I had no real life goals. That was just going with the flow.
10 years removed from graduation for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think your life path would have taken you 10 years past graduation? Because honestly, we got kids that probably weren't born in 2000. I don't know when was your kids born?
2012.
Right. Yeah.
2006.
It's crazy though. Now we're talking about it. Like to know, like the only child I had in 2000 was my oldest. My other kids were born after 2000, so they come into the world not knowing what the world was.
Yeah.
Prior to that. So it's hard to, but you try your best to convey it to them.
Yeah. And sometimes they just got to see it for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a lesson.
We sound like old folks trying to explain it.
I must have ran out of, damn, B, I think I ran out of space on the,
What?
Yeah. we talked that space out of the goddamn thingamajiggy.
Oh, damn.
That's okay. So 2000, January, February 2000, think about, the first thing that I want to talk about is the Super Bowl, because we big sports fans.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl.
4 years since the Cowboys got a sniff of the Super Bowl.
Well, damn. Yeah, that was crazy. Let's do that. Let's do that, because I will search for Brent in Super Bowl 2000. Because no, I think that was the Baltimore. I think that was the Baltimore.
It wasn't the Cowboys.
No, it was the Tennessee. This is. Why is it? I don't want to stop sharing. I just want to add this. Stop sharing. All right. Present. Share screen. There it is. So Wikipedia in it for everybody, right? So 2000 was the 90 for football fans. That was the 99 season. And then that January, because back then the Super Bowl was played in January.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. Yeah.
Boy, that sounds like a long time ago.
I hate to say that, but there was a time, ladies and gentlemen, where the Super Bowl was played the last Sunday, the fourth Sunday in February, and you could bank on it. You could hang your hat on that. You are now at a stage in the world, or in the U.S., in the Western world anyway, where the NFL plays their Super Bowl 2 weeks into February because they've added extra games. They've put in bye weeks, so forgive me if I ruined your world by saying that. Okay. But for me and Brent and the all black Gen Xers, and the Super Bowl, January 30th of 2000, there was a great Super Bowl game that was played.
That's when Tim was at the table.
Yeah, Tim was supposed to be here tonight, but because of his other monetary responsibilities, he could not be here. He had to go make some money somewhere else.
Had to walk that corner for
he had to walk that stroll. But that was really for me, Brent, a coincidence, because 99 was a big deal. The clock turned, and we had an episode we talked about that, where the clock turned from 99 to 2000.
And everybody said,
it wasn't like the angst now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the angst now, because the angst now is like shit could really get bad. You thought back then we thought shit could get bad just because the calendar turned.
Mm-hmm.
No, shit could get really bad now.
Yeah.
Okay, could get really bad.
I don't know. There were some people that were thinking that the nuclear launch codes
Could just get automatically
sent-
go.
Yeah.
I mean, 25 years later, we're saying
A bullshit. A bullshit. A
Mhm.
bullshit.
Here's what I try to teach all three of my sons, and I love all three of my sons. You don't know what you don't know, but you got to have perspective on everything. Read and educate yourself as much as you can so you can have perspective on everything. The reason I say that is because 25 years ago, we were tripping because a clock was turning. And now here we are back in, there could be almost flipping history over and Nazis or, coming back into power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be, you got to be.
Talking about practice.
No, we're not talking about practice.
It's game time.
It's game time, goddammit. And there were folks telling us it was game time all along. We were just like, oh, kumbaya, my lord.
Game time, and we were still playing.
Yes. I'm still going to pray.
I said playing.
Oh, I thought you said pray. I'm still going to pray because, look, I need somebody to come back here and redeem all of this shit. I need more motherfuckers to do one of these things. Do the whole Jesus picture.
Yeah.
I forget, all that. Anyway, I got up here I got a Wikipedia up, right? Back in 2000, there was a Super Bowl played between Kurt Warner and Steve McNair, rest in peace. God damn,
Yeah.
Steve McNair is no longer with us.
Yeah, I feel like he's our age or something. It doesn't feel like
he
should be somewhere like on a commercial for like Ben Gay or something. It's weird.
No, he should not be. That's Emmett Smith you're talking about. He said he said it early too. My beard is weird because he had the gray in his beard. Now Steve McNair. If you don't know who Steve McNair is, you can Wikipedia or Google him. But it's a black quarterback from an HBCU.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was Alcorn State. And the Tennessee Titans, when they moved from Houston to Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis was where they were playing. And he was a good quarterback, a Super Bowl getting team quarterback. And he was one play away from being he was one play away from being Doug Williams.
Yeah. You think they left Houston because Diddy kept going down there?
Who that?
Because Diddy kept going down there?
No, I don't think Diddy had nothing to do with that.
They were the Oilers, so that was his favorite team.
Shout out to Houston. Well, I'm not going to do Houston like that because I want to get the. I almost moved to Houston for real.
Yeah, my ex is in Houston.
Yeah, I mean Houston. I mean,
she loves it.
Yeah, Houston for us. I would say 10, 15 years ago. Good money.
Yeah.
Good money. No state tax. Real estate was good. It's still, I don't know what it is now, but back 10, 15 years ago when I was looking into it, I was just like, say less. I get out there,
I could do Austin.
Austin, from a comedy standpoint, yeah, I could do Austin too.
It's a little bit of weird in Texas. It's not.
But it's more black.
Texas,
it's more us in Houston. No,
yeah.
I can't do Austin. After a while, I have to move somewhere. But Kurt Warner ended up pulling out off of a defensive play, and he pulled out. Yeah, he pulled out. But that's how that went. And I wanted everybody to see that when we was talking about that Super Bowl, because that was a huge Super Bowl. Speaking of Tim, a guy we went to school with together, Kim. I mean, I said his wife's name, Kevin Anderson. Oh, you met Kevin Anderson?
I think so.
Yeah, Kevin Anderson is a good dude. Corey and Tori, right, know him well because they grew up in the same neighborhood. So if you, that neighborhood was was almost I'm gonna say slave, but it was an enclave that grew up in RVA through slavery. Like it was just one of those black neighborhoods that stuck in a white neighborhood through slavery, and they just stayed there. So that's how they know each other. Anyway, make a long story short, we went to school with this brother. This brother threw a Super Bowl party in January of 2000, and we went. And this was one of our homeboys' team who had not been to the Super Bowl for about 40 years.
Yeah.
Was you there that night? You was there? Yeah, that was a crazy ass night, bro.
He did not breathe that whole last drive. He was just sitting there.
Because see, I'm not you. I mean, as a Cowboy and a Steeler fan, we're used to winning championships in the year 2000. So.
But we had just won in what, 90?
Y'all 95. We won it, and I mean we haven't won in a while in 2000, but we had 4. So I always hung my hat on. We won 4. So fuck you guys. You know?
Exactly.
So y'all was maybe 5 years removed from y'all's.
Yeah. Thank you.
This man,
he'll be back soon.
Yeah, this man was 40 years. He wasn't even born when that Super Bowl was procured, and for him to lose or to win that Super Bowl, and at the age he was, because he's not the age that we are now, he had some Sprite in him.
Oh yeah,
and did so because he was a drinking man. I'm speaking for you now, drunk man.
Yeah.
He did a swan. He did a whole swan dive on a glass coffee table. I cannot believe he did that shit. Now that I think about it, I cannot believe he did that shit.
Like, take me down, Jesus. And he just went for it.
Definitely that. Take me down, Jesus. And he just went for it. All right.
If there was a flag on that last play, I think he would have exploded.
He would have died. Spontaneous he would have unalived himself.
Yeah.
You know, if that would have happened, you know, because it would have been no way he could have understood what the fuck was happening to his life.
Just to see that football just going over and never quite making that line, I was like, oh, they got it.
Yeah, like, I want to get into, B, you say you were working security, right? I think in 2000, I was working at AAA. It was a job that was just, I mean, when you just leave college, didn't graduate, you know, and I didn't have child support because I was smart enough to take care of my child. So that my son's mother wouldn't put me on child support. That's what I would get. Like, none of the niggas get complaining. Like, this is going off the beaten path.
Yeah.
If you bust a nut in a woman you didn't want to have a kid with, you deserve everything coming. And I know the world's gonna come for me after that.
And the same goes for her.
Yeah, the same goes for her.
Yeah,
you deserve the deadbeat dad that you let bust a nut in you, and he deserves all the child support papers. They're gonna call me a simp in the comments and all that, but there's a way you can work that out. And so I was fortunate that I didn't have a child with somebody that had butterfly eyelashes. Don't the eyelashes turn you off?
Makes you want to smack her in the face. Get it off your face.
Don't it look like it's a whole caterpillar on her face? Or a whole rug on her face?
That caterpillar, them long claw fingernails. I wouldn't talk to her.
Well, the fingernails, medium. And that's just as a man, you know, I don't want to talk about what women find as fashion.
Keep them under an inch for me.
Yeah. But the whole putting a whole tree on your eyelashes. Goddamn, bitch. You got these. That's not attractive. I don't know who. The young boys, if y'all telling them that's attractive, stop it, okay?
No.
Exactly. Do not have
the
snuffleupagus eyebrows for your hoes, okay? And that goes for X, Z, Alpha, and Millennials. Please let these, because it's not the women that don't understand, it's these hoes that need to understand. Because if I pay for some shit, take them goddamn eyebrows off, bitch. Please.
There we go.
Yeah, please. I need to see your eyes. I can't even look into your pupils. What are you doing? You covering your face? What do you want? You don't want to look at the shade. What is that? It sounded a little chauvinistic, so I'm gonna leave that alone.
So while you're sipping on that, I just got a message from my baby girl. She don't never gonna wear them caterpillar.
Yeah, bet not. Your uncle-in-law Jay Grizzy would not let that happen.
So you're gonna roll with me up there to the dorms if she got some on.
Well, of course, she got some roommates that need to get put down on some game. Yeah, did.
I will not confirm.
Yeah.
the validity
what's
of
the
that
baby
subject.
girl talking about?
She made the president's list for last semester.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's give a round of applause for Brent's daughter.
She's smart like her mama.
Her mama was smart because she said,
I'm done dating you. Smartest thing she probably ever did.
probably the smartest thing she ever did.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into, what? I don't stop sharing the screen. I was trying to share the screen, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
But let me get to the, there we go, share the screen. To the stories of January, February, least popular of the year 2000. One of the things I wanted to get to was just the historical events, and then I'll get to the pop culture. Pop culture for me would be, if I can get my mouse to cooperate, would be this is a production thing for me, so there we go. So the audience can see on the live stream, right? So January 1st, I don't understand this, and you're the science guy.
That's Bill Nye.
Or yeah, that's Bill Nye. But why does when time starts for Earth, they start with the Far East or they start with New Zealand? Because here they saying New Zealand is the first city to welcome in the new millennium. And I remember when I was growing up, they had Dick Clark's rocking New Year's Eve, right? When the clock struck New Year's here, they always show in the future or in the past, like this. Who came up with that?
The Prime Meridian?
That's what it was. The Prime Meridian. God, Brent, please explain the Prime Meridian to the audience.
Because all those scientists were in the England area, around Greenwich. That's where they said, this is where we're going to start.
This is the middle of the Earth lengthwise. Pause. Yeah. But this is the middle of the Earth lengthwise. And so if we're going to start clocking the Earth.
Yeah. See, this is where 0 degrees is going to be.
Right. And so they clocked it from New Zealand because
that line goes all the way through all of that.
It does.
Yeah.
So that's where the new time starts at. All right, so that's what he said. I'm not going to even go to this weird dude, which is called a Pope, that's got this thing on it. But this is I'm going to put my new glasses on so I can read this, y'all. So y'all, y'all bear with me on episode 90 of Taking No Shorts podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. Also, Friday around this time, you can catch the podcast live streaming at the following streaming channels. That would be Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Taking Those Shorts Pod. All right. This will put something in perspective for you. On January 4th, Brent, a day after accepting the head coaching job at the New York Jets, now in 2025, 6 or 7 time head coach and Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick resigns and moves to the New England Patriots. If that didn't happen, Tom Brady wouldn't happen. The Patriots dynasty wouldn't happen. This is 25 years ago. It would not have took place if Bill Belichick didn't resign from the Jets after the Jets offered him the head coach job because Parcells left. And then he said, "Yeah, y'all give me the job, but no, I'm gonna take the job up in Boston or New England or Foxborough." Not knowing Tom Brady coming, he had what was the Bledsoe? He had Bledsoe there. He just took the job, and next thing you know, I think they won. I know we got 5, so he has 6. Correct me, internet, under the comments. 6 Super Bowl championships. Your thoughts, Bill Belichick?
I think it's a pretty good move for him.
Did he know that? You know his girlfriend. You know his girlfriend because he's now the head coach in the University of North Carolina. He took that because money is coming into the college football system. You know his girlfriend is like a third of his age. Bill Belichick is like 68. His girlfriend is like 30. Great for him, right?
Oh yeah,
great for him.
Exactly.
He is trying to pound. He keeps
keeping that Viagra in business.
And he's unashamed about it.
Oh, yeah.
I won 6 Super Bowls, bitch. You go give me this money. That's what he said. And then for her, let's keep it real. We're not going to take no shorts.
Oh, no. There's none to be taken on this situation.
Girl, we
know. We all know.
You can fool some of them, but you can't fool real horsemen. Woo! You would have been out on these streets immediately after we would have been done with you. But
and
Belichick,
you know there was a tight prenup.
Yeah,
she had to sign.
No, Belichick might not have gave it. I'm telling you,
he's smarter than that.
Yeah, no, he might have been.
I think he definitely would have had a prenup.
She gonna get paid.
Oh yeah, she's still gonna make.
She gonna make some money off of this. Just, I don't think he signed no prenup because he ain't married her.
True.
Yeah, he ain't married her, but she gonna make some money off of this. And for the world, for them to pull us, they not pulling. It's y'all personal business. Y'all do what y'all want. Continuing, let me go back.
On the 4th, Mark Cuban bought the Mavericks.
And hold on, let me get back.
$285 million from H. Ross Perot.
I voted for Perot in '96. That shows you how stupid and nuts I was, right? I voted for Ross Perot in '96 because back then I was buying what the media was telling me. Perot was on the media like crazy. He was talking crazy. I ain't had no knowledge of self. I was just like, whatever. Yeah. You know what he was talking about? Because I had student loans. He was like, fuck all that. He was talking Biden talk. He was like, I'm going to give you your student loan money. I'm going to forgive all your student loan. The government spending too much. You taxing too much. So I was like, when I went into the voting booth, Clinton, I was just like, no, nigga, you ain't doing that. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, I did. Who'd you vote for in '96? Clinton? Yeah. Yeah, well, you helped put him in the office.
He did not have sexual relations with that woman.
A flu outbreak happened in Britain back in January of 2000. I'm not gonna do that. Dan Marino's last game. Well,
that does seem like a long time ago. That feels like a while back.
Yeah, he Dan Marino only got to one Super Bowl. 84 season, played in 85 out in Stanford against the 49ers. That's when I jumped off of Pittsburgh. I'm going to tell the audience, and went with the 49ers because the 49ers was beating Dallas to get to the Super Bowl. You dig? Okay. Pittsburgh was on the downside. You know a name I heard the other night while I was watching YouTube, some old YouTube. I don't know if you remember this running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You probably would. Walter Abercrombie. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
I would tell you, as a Steelers fan, I remember Walter Abercrombie because we played Denver in the AFC divisional championship, divisional playoffs, and they ran down. If you go watch old NFL games from the 80s, right? And they run down the roster, and they said Walter Abercrombie. Wherever you are, Walter Abercrombie, God bless you. Thank you for being a Pittsburgh Steeler. We lost the game. Oh, no, we won the game. We lost to Miami in the AFC Championship in 84. So it was 84. And then they went on to lose to Joe Montana. And the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You got something?
I was just looking at other stuff. Like, one that hit me was the iPod.
Was the first came, the iPod 1 version?
Well, I don't know if it's because it gave me this weird list here.
Yeah, I sent you the list earlier.
Well, this is a different one.
Oh, okay. Let me give to this then. I'm going to go back to your iPod, speaking of which, because the Microsoft's chairman, Bill Gates, steps aside on January the 13th as the chief executive and promotes the now owner of the LA Clippers as the Microsoft chairman. Microsoft and Apple were competitors. Apple came out just as let's do this. Back in January, February 2000, after the dot-com boom, technology was in its infancy.
Yeah.
Still didn't have Facebook. Still didn't have Instagram. Still didn't have TikTok. But you had these companies.
Do we have MySpace?
I know we had Black Planet. I know we had the edit. I know we had web surfing. I don't know. I think we might have had.
We had AOL.
Yeah, I think we might have had MySpace. For sure. But I mean, shit was popping. I mean, we was like, I was all through that shit. Shout out to my cousin-in-law, Lady Shay, in the building. What's happening, sister? I'm trying to get Barbara. I say baby, Barbara on here. It's gonna happen eventually, you know. So I'll try to get her on here soon. Back in, let me keep scrolling here. Oh my God, here's another one. B that'll date it. Michael Jordan, who don't know who Jordan is, right? Who led the Chicago Bulls to 6 NBA championships as a player, returns to the NBA, joining the Washington Wizards as part owner and president of basketball operations. That was in January 19th of 2000. No numbers after that. In the year, shout out to Conan O'Brien. In the year 2000. What else you got?
Speaking of TV, Big Brother launched in 2000.
Who?
Big Brother.
Yeah, that's when I remember that's when reality TV started getting crazy.
Yeah.
That's when I started. I mean, I wasn't consciously saying to myself like, this shit getting crazy. But I'm like, yo, they putting shit out here like Real World started in the 90s. And I was just like, okay. I can identify with it. But Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, all of that shit that was what they call
Late.
blending the lines of you didn't know because if you don't know what you don't know, right? So just like wrestling, we're big wrestling fans. WrestleMania, I mean not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble's tomorrow. I'll hit you up about that tomorrow. But if you don't know, if you're not aware, if you don't use your consciousness to say, hey, they might be choking my chicken. Exactly. This might not be real. Exactly. But they doing this to get more eyes on the product. Exactly. Or to pull the levers on my emotions. Exactly. To fuck with me. Exactly. To make me feel some kind of way. Exactly. To get me to be indoctrinated in some kind of way. Exactly. To make me fall for one position or another. Exactly. This how it was starting to take place 25 years ago. And probably before then.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But when I was like, yo, this can't possibly be. You can't tell me that all of y'all roommates are all y'all having sexual relations in real world and ain't nobody, that was all staged. Big Brother.
Yeah.
All staged.
If you'd have put me in there with a
room full of white women,
white women, black women, Latino, I'm going to hit something.
Yeah. But it's staged. And I don't understand, Brent, how Hollywood or they were the content creators in 2000. Okay?
Yeah.
They were the content creators in 2000. They were the first content creators in 2000.
And they also gave us the weakest link.
Yeah. I saw that. I called a hotline for how to be a millionaire and shit, so that I wanted to get on the show and everything. But that was on some I'm smarter than y'all. They was motherfuckers on there just saying I'm hotter than you. Survivor. I'm gonna put me on the island.
For that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you. I mean, back then, it was the wild, wild west of reality TV.
They had that big tryout in Cloverleaf in the mall up there.
Yeah, I remember that tryout that came out. Let's do this. How do you want to call Carl Malone? He is your cousin, your uncle. He's not your father.
I say Uncle. I call him Uncle Carl.
Yeah, Uncle Carl was the third person in the NBA in the year 2000, January 29th to be exact. Of the Utah Jazz becomes the third player in the NBA history to score 30,000 career points, finishing with 35 points in the 96-94 loss to Minnesota behind. He surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, I'm going to say this about your uncle. He's a dirtbag.
It's probably like 12,000 from an assist from Stockton.
Yeah, he's a dirtbag because he had a kid with somebody underage and didn't claim him for years. It didn't come out until later on, but your uncle was a dirtbag, man. Yeah. Would you agree? Okay, fair enough. Let's get into, now that we are all the way in there, some of the music that took place 25 years ago. Now I'm going to go with mainstream top 40 first before we get into the black stuff or the hip hop or the R&B because that's black music. Considering I can say that now in 2025, we've regressed. Black music is hip hop and R&B. That's black people music.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all did in the last 40 years, let these other artists in, okay, y'all can call it that, but I'm gonna see if any of these ring true to you, Brent. When the new year started, there was this song called Smooth featuring Rob Thomas from, I forgot the name of the group he was with, 21 something, but Santana was on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, I cut the thing off, so I can't pull it up. But it was just like the ocean.
Yeah, it had a great guitar riff in it too.
Who that?
It had a great guitar riff in it.
Yeah. You got this kind of love, and oh, give me your heart, make it real. Oh, right, forget about it. That was a duet, but Rob Thomas, who was 21 Guns, 21 Salute. I forgot the name of the group he was with, but that was top 40. I'm not going to do Savage Garden. What a Girl Wants, Christina Aguilera.
I think I can barely remember that.
You don't remember What a Girl Wants?
Yeah.
What a girl wants, what a girl needs, what will make you happy to set me free. That's that MTV Total Request Live shit. And I'm thanking you. There was the boy band in the early 2000s that was popping off, going back into January, February 2000. And the Backstreet Boys was Show Me the Meaning of Being Lonely. I don't even know how boy bands got on in the early 2000s. But January, that was a top 40 hit. You pulled up something?
We had boy bands, but way before then, though.
No, Jackson 5.
I mean, we had Boys to Men, Silk.
True that. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. NSYNC is in there. Oh no, we're past now, and we're past the February period. NSYNC in the spring comes out, and maybe we'll have that in the episode. But bye. I'm even doing the
little bird thing.
Yeah. Bye. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do my next thing of just pop culture and things that took place in January and February of the year 2000. What you got, B?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I watched that movie twice. It was long as shit.
Yeah.
I watched it in Chinese or Mandarin, and then I watched it in English subtitles. So, yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah.
It was a throwback to when we was coming up, and we had the Bruce Lee and the Asian and the Kung Fu flicks.
Yeah.
You know, but they had more acting, more emotion into it. It was of the times. It wasn't just raw fighting. It was just, So I did watch that joint.
Matchbox 20.
That's the name of the group that Rob Thomas was with.
Yeah.
Give me your heart, make it real. Oh, I forget about it.
Yep.
25 years go by quick. If you don't know now, you know. Getting to the R&B charts and the hip hop charts, January, February of the year 2000, 25 years ago for all black Gen Xers, or just Gen Xers in general. If you want to rock and follow us, check us out every Friday around this time on all streaming platforms. That would be YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Taking No Shorts Pod. Also on all podcast and streaming channels, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. B.
Yeah.
You remember Donnell Jones?
Yeah.
And he had the joint with Left Eye. Rest in peace to Left Eye.
Exactly.
You know what happened? He was like, Donnell Jones, what happened to him?
Yeah. He's still doing something.
He's still doing something?
Yeah.
But back in January 2000, he had a #1 song on the Billboard's R&B and hip hop charts called "You Know What's Up." If I could get to the song, I'll play it in some of the promo or the clips that come out. But I was on Donnell Jones.
Oh yeah.
He had the fedora. He was singing with but my joint was "Where I Want to Be."
Yeah.
He was singing, "Bitch, just where I want to be." Shout out to VA's own Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Exactly.
She had the joint with Nas called "Hot Boys."
Yeah.
Pause. Whoa, what I want. And then a 90s act that came into the 2000s, Montel Jordan busted out in February with Everyone Tonight. Get it on tonight. West Coast brother. Yeah. Man, 25 years ago, 10 years removed from high school, Brent. We dating ourselves a little bit, but that's what we do here at Black Gen Xers. I remember my 10-year high school reunion they was trying to put together. We had it at our homeboy's apartment. Because what nobody, like 10 years, nobody do 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we hung out and kicked the shut out to the homie Skillet, a.k.a. Sean Wilson, a.k.a. rest in peace to my homie James Blackwell. I'm gonna sip one to you, homeboy. What you got, B?
All I got is Destiny's Child was killing the charts.
Say my name.
Yeah, they had plenty of.
Yeah, but Destiny's Child back in the early 2000s, and this is 2000, so the clock had just switched over. You know, they was on one. This was early Beyonce. So I just want the reason why I talked about this, Brent, is I wanted to talk about this is being that we Black Gen Xers. Exactly. We 25 years into the new millennium. And so we got kids that might not know some of these great artists and some of these times that we're living in. You know what I mean? And so we got to put it out here for perpetuity for them to know who, what, when, where, and why, and juxtapose it to where you is today. Because somewhere along the lines, it got crossed.
Yeah.
I think social media did it. I think just the information age did it. And I am not saying that that's the cause, the one single cause. But if you get a lot of information, it means nothing if you can't decipher it, right?
Whistle while you twerk. Well, that was April.
Shout out to we're gonna get to it this year. But shout out to Daddy Rabbits who retired. I think they retired Daddy Rabbits over on the south side, but they coming back under a new name. And we going there in 2025. You did?
All right.
Yeah, I know I am. I don't know about you, my nigga, but I'm going, you know. It's a lot that is taking place so far in 2025. A lot. One of the things that I want to impress upon people before we wrap up tonight's podcast is that I've been saying this since November 5th, Brent. People that look like us, this is not new.
Yeah.
We've been here before. We just got, taken away from it, or we got too familiar, we got too comfortable. My wife's gonna beat me up for saying that. But we got too comfortable with the circumstances that we live here in America and North America. And so we got to understand that the progress that was made by the folks that put that progress down for us, we got to stand on it. Because I see a lot of folks calling a lot of folks out, like, you can't let this stuff go idly by. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy that there are a lot of those executive orders being shot down by judges left and right.
Yeah. You cannot let what's happening in 2025 go island bound or have a silent mouth or not do your own activism against it or voice your opinion about it. This is what we weren't brought here for this. We were brought here for something else, but in my opinion, the Almighty said something different. So we can let them think that they doing something.
Yeah.
Luckily, we live in a blue state, but even still, I'm gonna be vigilant. You know what I'm saying? And so, even though lately I've tried to stay away, because I know the powers that are ahead, like they can control, because they got certain people that can control the information, that can control the internet just with the TikTok thing. That showed me. It was like, yo, you gonna tell me y'all can shut the whole TikTok down for a day and bring it back and say that he brought it back? Like, cap.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
No way.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
No way y'all gonna make me buy that.
The
So
only people that's buying it it's his base. So
yeah. So the base is whatever it is, and I'm not going for it. Just me and everything that I stand for. You know, so that's what I'm standing on for me and the 3 men that I helped raise and the people that I love. I'm not going for it. So 25 years ago, Brent, in the year 2000. Shout out to Conan O'Brien. I used to love Conan and Pimp Bot.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Pimp Bot was Conan. Ooh. Hey, Conan O'Brien, I'm gonna hashtag it when I do it, man. Please bring Pimp Bot back for just a sketch. You can bring him back on Taking No Shorts, but Pimp Bot was, yeah, bitch. No, you don't. I don't know whoever wrote Pimp Bot, but that was my nigga.
Yeah.
Pimp Bot was a nigga.
Oh yeah.
Any shout outs, things you want to let be known where folks can reach you at as we check out here, episode 90?
Well, still the same old Brent 1437, Brent Lee 1437, and Brent Lee something on TikTok, but
yeah, the 14. I think it's Brentley something on 1437 too, but
yeah.
I don't know where the 114 for the 1437 come from. What's that? Your weight class there?
No,
They just whatever AOL gave.
No, that was just 4 random numbers I've always felt connected.
You're weird. Shut up. Before we check out Royal Rumble tomorrow, I don't know if you're busy or not. I'm gonna watch. I don't know if
I work 12 to 9.
Yeah. All right. So, you got any favorites? I want Jacob Fatu to win.
I can go with that. I like Jacob.
Yeah. But who's gonna fight for the main event at WrestleMania? I don't know. But if that's what I want to win. I don't know if I'm gonna do a live stream while I'm watching it tomorrow. But you got any thoughts on Royal Rumble, because we're wrestling fans and you're the world television champ?
I wish they would let Jimmy win something.
Uso?
Yeah.
He's a baby face.
Yeah. He keeps losing.
Yeah.
He
needs a stance. WWE don't have no other than Fatu, which they could get to next year. I don't think they can get to it this year, but next year, if they can get to it, that would be a good thing. So, great shit.
I'm kind of tired of seeing Gunther.
Cody.
Yeah.
I like Cody and Gunther, but refresh.
Yeah.
Refresh your stuff. WWE.
And I like to see what's her name come back.
Charlotte's.
Not Charlotte, the black girl, the big black girl. They got hurt mysteriously.
The sister?
That was tagging with Bianca.
Oh, Jay Carter. Yeah. She might come back, but I think they're working on her wrestling. Because she's all eye candy.
Exactly.
She looks great, but she just moves so bad.
Yeah, you gotta get it together. I get it though, sister. We are in your corner. Just like,
and it was great they put it with Bianca.
Bianca Belair. Right. I'm totally in your corner. I think she might be married, but I'm still totally in your corner.
Who, Bianca or
Bianca?
Oh yeah, she's married to
the other dude shaking the ropes and shit. Yeah. I ain't gonna be a hater. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, host of Taking No Shorts podcast. This is episode 90. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast as we go back 25 years. Brent shares says, what you call that cup type?
Cup 90s jazz.
Yeah, 90s jazz I've had so many of those cups. It's crazy. So I thank you for bringing that. We'll be back next week with another episode of Taking No Shorts podcast. For my co-host, the World Television Champion, I am your host, Jay Grizzy, and we are out.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk. We all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.